We just finished testing the Splendor Platinum 240. It's powered by the smallest engine I've ever tested this hull with, the Mercruiser 5.0. And I was kind of curious to see how it would do with this a little less horsepower. It actually did really well. We got on plane in 3.8 seconds with almost no bow rise. And it accelerated strong and steady in 8 seconds to 30 miles an hour with a top speed of 43.6 miles an hour. Now this boat does not like a lot of trim. You trim it up and you'll start to porpoise. It doesn't want to do that. Keep the trim down where it runs nice and level. Now, I remember my first ride on this hull. I was in the Miami boat show in a rock and shipping channel, and this thing was, I was terrified because I'm in a deck boat, right? And you figure, what's that going to handle like? Well, the guy driving it jams the throttle and it scared me to death. And this thing just glided right over the top of it. And we got in this bay and he started doing turns and it was just like, I was totally impressed. So this is really a hull you can take in big water. It's really suited for great, like Chesapeake Bay would be an excellent boat there. You know, you get a little rough, you can still handle the conditions. Let's head back to the dock and check out some features. Let me show you that turn. That's not like most deck boats, I'll tell you that. You know, they say if it isn't broke, don't fix it. This has been one of the most successful hull designs I've ever seen. I've been on this cat in all kinds of conditions. And you know, you don't see many deck boats with catamaran hulls, but you guys have really nailed it. What's different about this than other boats out there?
Well, Alan, as you mentioned, we are a catamaran deck boat, not any that I can think about the market. What's unique about us is we have a shallow hull draft, which gives us a much smoother ride. So it makes our boat really ideal for bays and larger bodies of water. Absolutely.
First ride I took in a 240 was in a shipping channel in Miami, and it was like 3-foot seas, and I'm in a deck boat and I have no idea what to expect. And I was just pleasantly surprised that it was a non-event. It was just, we just coasted over the top of it.
Yeah, and that is a nice benefit to the catamaran.
That was cool. You know, not many deck boats. I've had some other rides in deck boats that were less friendly in monohulls, so that's a nice thing to have. Now tell me a little bit about what we have going on up front here.
What we're looking at here is our 240 Platinum model. This has our classic upholstery set. The boat holds up to 12 people. Some of the options you see here are our glove box, great dry storage for flip-flops, towels, cell phones, you know, anything anybody may need to bring on the boat, as well as plenty of cup holders.
I tell you, I've never seen a front deck that big on a deck boat either. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes it ideal. Being a catamaran, we are able to keep our width of the boat, the full length of the boat. So it makes it ideal for boarding, even fishing and trolling around.
That's what I was thinking. I want to put a little fishing chair up there and throw a line out.
Works great.
For sure. Well, Brandon, this is the first time I've seen the Lavorsi wheel. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's actually a racing wheel, something we've gone to. Instead of offering the solid colors, we now decided to spice up the dash a little bit by adding a little more chrome in there.
Well, it's a great look. What else do we have here?
This is what we call our flat dash. Again, it's one of our 3 different configuration styles for our dash. What this does is gives you your full analog instrumentation, and it does give you the nice option to add a splash of color to it.
I have to say that's the first time I've seen this particular model stereo. Tell me about that.
What we use now, it's a Jensen model stereo. They offer various different types. This is what we call the JMS 7010. It offers the full NOAA weather band, Sirius satellite radio, and then obviously your AM, FM, and iPod capabilities.
Sweet. One thing I love about Splendor is you guys have your own way of doing it. You don't take any cues from anybody else, and you just figure out a way to do things on your own. A good example is this head compartment. I have never seen anything that operated like that, but you have just incredible access in there.
One of the nice things about being a catamaran is it allows us to have our depth down the side of the boat. So that allows us to have a nice oversized head unit, great for changing, even storage when not in use.
Yeah, that's adult size there.
Yes, we like to call it the ladies' room.
Well, one thing I love about this is you got plenty of passenger space here.
Yeah, we like to obviously give plenty of area to move around on the boat. You know, boating is supposed to be something shared with family and friends, and we truly believe that at Splendor.
Yeah, and you have tons of space here. You know, another great example of that Splendor doing it your own way thing is this rear swim platform. And you guys have solved the riddle about, you know, you have an inboard, outboard, and you have to be able to tilt it up, but you You know, a lot of them sit so high off the water, they're really hard to use. I love the technique that you used here with the gull wing.
Yeah, it makes it great, especially for the water recreational sports, tubing, skiing, and even just swimming. Makes getting on and off the boat easy and safe.
Awesome. For more information on the Splendor 240 Platinum and other great boats, go to boatingworld.com. I'm Alan Jones, and we'll see you out on the water.